What happened? That's my question. That's my question I have today. What happened? Yes. What happened to our grandfather money that Stanton collected? What happened to it? Number one, three question. What happened to our grandfather hospital case? The operator on our grandfather, they messed up. That's one case. Number two, what happened to our grandfather nursing home case? They didn't take care of our grandfather good, and something happened at that nursing home. The Papi had sore all his body. The Papi's situation was worse. Something happened at that nursing home. That was a nursing home case. What happened to that case? Also, what happened to our grandfather life insurance? We're not talking about Stanton made stories. We're talking about true story. What that true story? What we want facts. We don't want no story that Stanton made up. We want to know what happened with these cases. Matter of fact, two cases and one life insurance. I call it life insurance case. What happened to that? We need answer. You brought small money in Upper Darby. These things were hiding from some of us until it was revealed that all your money you get, all that money that Stanton get, that from the Papi, if the Papi wasn't going to have that situation he had, and if the Papi wasn't going to die, Stanton wouldn't have been buying houses and all this thing. But right, Stanton owed all his brother, his oldest brother and his oldest sister. He owed them. Bring all that document. Disclose it so we can believe you. Bring it all. And bring the actual number, the check that they released. Bring that check. The fact check. Not no or Stanton story check. We want a real check. Bring a real check document. The real check document. With all this or things, you close everybody up. All your That's my question I have today. What happened? Yes. What happened to our grandfather money that Stanton collected? What happened to it? Number one, three question. What happened to our grandfather hospital case? The operator on our grandfather, they messed up. That's one case. Number two, what happened to our grandfather nursing home case? They didn't take care of our grandfather good, and something happened at that nursing home. The Papi had sore all his body. The Papi's situation was worse. Something happened at that nursing home. That was a nursing home case. What happened to that case? Also, what happened to our grandfather life insurance? We're not talking about Stanton made stories. We're talking about true story. What that true story? What we want facts. We don't want no story that Stanton made up. We want to know what happened with these cases. Matter of fact, two cases and one life insurance. I call it life insurance case. What happened to that? We need answer. You brought small money in Upper Darby. These things were hiding from some of us until it was revealed that all your money you get, all that money that Stanton get.
Tonight is the local connection to what federal investigators call a massive scheme to sell fake nursing degrees. We learned today that 2 Burlington County residents are among 25 people charged with operating the nationwide ring. Now, according to investigators, the group peddled more than 7,000 bogus degrees and nursing certificates to the tune of more than $100 million. Action News reporter John Paul joining us live in Camden tonight. And John, the feds say some of these fake nurses put real patients in danger.
Yeah, and that is the real concern tonight, Brian, that they may not have the background to actually treat people in a hospital-type setting. You know, I've confirmed tonight that Delaware actually annulled the licenses of 26 nurses already. And the feds tonight, they're charging people across the country, including 2 in South Jersey.
All of us feel this is egregious.
Strong words from the executive director of Delaware's Board of Nursing after learning of a massive scheme out of Florida to sell fake nursing degrees. And tonight, we've confirmed 26 nurses in Delaware had their licenses annulled in connection to the fake degrees.
These people who went to these Florida schools did not complete the curriculum, the education, and the clinical training that is required of all nurses to be eligible to sit to take their licensure exam and to be licensed as a nurse.
She says there are no reports of patients being harmed, but tonight 25 people across the country face charges for their involvement in the scheme that brought in more than $100 million, including Stanton, Witherspoon, and Alfred Sellew of Burlington County, New Jersey. Okay. Can we talk to him? We tracked down Witherspoon at his home in Burlington today, but family members said he couldn't talk. Over the phone, he told me he had to check in with his lawyer. Wednesday night, the including Stanton Witherspoon and Alfred Sellew of Burlington County, New Jersey. He's home? Okay. Can we talk to him? We tracked down Witherspoon at his home in Burlington today, but family members said he couldn't talk. Over the phone, he told me he had to check in with his lawyer. Wednesday night, the Department of Justice released findings of what was dubbed Operation Nightingale.
When we talk about a nurse's education and credentials, shortcut is not a word we want to use.
Now the FBI is working to notify state nursing boards to ensure that unqualified nurses are not working in healthcare.
You're playing with people's health. How dare you play with someone's health like that?
It is important to note those nurses in Delaware, they have the right to appeal this decision. I also reached out to the nursing boards in Pennsylvania and in New Jersey. Still waiting to hear back from them. Live in Camden, John Paul, Channel 6, Action News. Brian?
Yeah.
Liberia-centric and not based on party association. Today we are here to tell you, and we are going to make comparison. It's going to be a continuation, making decision based on integrity. People are making, based on moral value and ethical standards. We don't have that in our country as a country and people. Am I surprised? No, I'm not surprised. Do I think Liberia is going to be a better country anytime soon? Well, maybe by 2065, the Alpha generation will start to make Liberia a better place, but not this generation here. You can be all doubt you want. I'm telling you, Liberia will not be a better country till 2065. That when we start to see a redefined Liberia. You can doubt me all you want. Today, Saturday, many Liberians went in the ground today. Next Saturday, many Liberians will be going in the ground. Do you think they came on the face of the planet to leave Liberia like the way they met it? No, because we are not being honest with the truth.
Yes. What happened to our grandfather money that Stanton collected? What happened to it? Number one, three question. What happened to our grandfather hospital case? The operator on our grandfather, they messed up. That's one case. Number two, what happened to our grandfather nursing home case? They didn't take care of our grandfather good, and something happened at that nursing home. The Papi had sore all his body. The Papi's situation was worse. Something happened at that nursing home. That was a nursing home case. What happened to that case? Also, what happened to our grandfather life insurance? We're not talking about Stanton made stories. We're talking about true story. What that true story? What we want facts. We don't want no story that Stanton made up. We want to know what happened with these cases. With the cases. Matter of fact, 2 cases and 1 life insurance, I call it life insurance case. What happened to that? We need answer. You brought small money in Upper Darby. These things were hiding from some of us until it was revealed that all your money you get, all that money that Stanton get, that from the papi, if the papi wasn't going to have that situation he had, and if the papi wasn't going to die, Stanton wouldn't have been buying houses and all this thing. By right, Stanton owed all his brother, his oldest brother and his oldest sister. He owed them. Bring all that document. Disclose it so we can believe you.
Story on Action News tonight is the local connection to what federal investigators call a massive scheme to sell fake nursing degrees. We learned today that 2 Burlington County residents are among 25 people charged with operating the nationwide ring. Now, according to investigators, the group peddled more than 7,000 bogus degrees and nursing certificates to the tune of more than $100 million. Action News reporter John Paul joining us live in Camden tonight. And John, the feds say some of these fake nurses put real patients in danger.
Yeah, and that is the real concern tonight, Brian, that they may not have the background to actually treat people in a hospital-type setting. You know, I've confirmed tonight that Delaware actually annulled the licenses of 26 nurses already. And the feds tonight, they're charging people across the country, including 2 in South Jersey.
All of us feel this is egregious.
Strong words from the executive director of Delaware's Board of Nursing after learning of a massive scheme out of Florida to sell fake nursing degrees. And tonight, we've confirmed 26 nurses in Delaware had their licenses annulled in connection to the fake degrees.
These people who went to these Florida schools did not complete the curriculum, the education, and the clinical training that is required of all nurses to be eligible to sit to take their licensure exam and to be licensed as a nurse.
She says there are no reports of patients being harmed, but tonight 25 people across the country face charges for their involvement in the scheme that brought in more than $100 million, including Stanton, Witherspoon, and Alfred Sellew of Burlington County, New Jersey. He's home? Okay. Can we talk to him? We tracked down Witherspoon at his home in Burlington today, but family members said he couldn't talk. Over the phone, he told me he had to check in with his lawyer. Wednesday night, the Department of Justice released findings of what was dubbed Operation Nightingale.
When we talk about a nurse's education and credentials, shortcut is not a word we want to use.
Now the FBI is working to notify state nursing boards to ensure that unqualified nurses are not working in healthcare.
You're playing with people's health. How dare you play with someone's health like that?
It is important to note those nurses in Delaware, they have the right to appeal this decision. I also reached out to the nursing boards in Pennsylvania and in New Jersey. Still waiting to hear back from them. Live in Camden, John Paul, Channel 6, Action News.
We become very complacent in other people's countries. Mr. Witherspoon is a disgrace. He is a disgrace to this country, to your nationality, and to anyone who bears the name of Liberian. And yesterday you saw people on his platform donating money through this very same fake page that the FBI shut down. Let's get into some detail here, folks. We're going to start the ball rolling here now.
Good morning. Thank you for being here today as I, along with the representatives from our agency partners, announce the results of Operation Nightingale. It is a broad and coordinated law enforcement operation that, as its name might suggest, took aim at harmful fraud that affects public health in connection to one of the most cherished and trusted professions, and that is nursing. Our healthcare professionals play an important role in our public health system. We therefore expect or healthcare professionals to be who they claim they are. Specifically, when we talk about a nurse's education and credentials, shortcut is not a word we want to use. When we take an injured son or daughter to a hospital emergency room, we don't expect, really cannot imagine, that the licensed practical nurse or registered nurse treating our child took a shortcut around educational and licensing requirements. When we entrust the life of an elderly parent to the staff of an assisted living or skilled nurse facility, the last thing we want to learn is that the nurses administering the medications, the ones charged with carrying out doctor's order, took shortcuts on their clinical training and used fake nursing diplomas to get their licenses and jobs. Unfortunately, thousands of people have taken these shortcuts. The prosecutor and agents here today have worked tirelessly to disrupt this fraudulent scheme. Today, I'm honored to announce that their hard work has paid off. In 3 recently unsealed indictments by a South Florida grand jury and 2 informations filed on my office's behalf by Assistant United States Attorney Christopher Clark, 25 individuals have been charged across multiple states with wire fraud crimes, including conspiracy, for their alleged participation in a scheme that involved the following.
Let me hold you right there. You are listening to this several times, and I'm not going to hold you listening to the details. But I want you to underscore one of the charges: wire fraud. Wire fraud. Gentleman by the name of Stanton Witherspoon is part of that wire fraud. Over the course of this year, we saw how his home was visited. We witnessed 2 Liberians going down to Florida and giving us an update report of Mr. Witherspoon admitting to what those charges that were once considered to be allegation. He went to the court and shamed Liberians and told you guys that we are not better people to compete. He comes from a country where we are not honest enough. We cheat on everything we do. We are not qualified to be anybody. That's why Mr. Witherspoon told the judge. And being in America, the only higher degree he believed he could get was an associate degree. And he believed that others who came could not reach that associate degree. So he decided to get into a business of giving people fake documents. That is what Mr. Witherspoon decided to show to the world. That is how he defined us. But that's not the truth. That's not the truth. He's wrong. But I want to show you tonight and want to remind you the attitude of Mr. Witherspoon is not going to be limiting itself to himself. He's going to mess more Liberians out. Let's go to another video here again, folks. Let's go to another video here. The man that Liberian people continue to share platform with, they continue to admire, thinking that they're still in Liberia. And the reason they are thinking that they are still in Liberia, because as I always say, there are Liberians who came from Liberia, living in America. They still think in their mind, their soul, their body, that whatever they are doing here, they still think that they are in Liberia. I think one reason is because the way they speak the Liberian English all the time, they see each other, they still believe that even though they're in America, a country of law, a country that defines people on the content of their character. In some other cases, people who stereotype you. And they without no clear understanding of the law, which in the code of law is not an excuse. They continue to put themselves in harm's way. Let's go to another video here by Stanton Witherspoon. For Stanton Witherspoon again, folks.
More than 7,000 bogus degrees. But the big story on Action News tonight is the local connection to what federal investigators call a massive scheme to sell fake nursing degrees. We learned today that 2 Burlington County residents are among 25 people charged with operating the nationwide ring. Now, according to investigators, the group peddled more than 7,000 bogus degrees and nursing certificates to the tune of more than $100 million. Action News reporter John Paul joining us live in Camp.
This is the United States, though, folks. This is ABC World News. It's all over the world. ABC World News. It's all over the United States. It's all over the world. Now listen to what you are about to watch. Listen. Listen to what you are about to, pay attention to what you're about to watch.
Camden tonight. And John, the feds say some of these fake nurses put real patients in danger.
Yeah, and that is the real concern tonight, Brian, that they may not have the background to actually treat people in a hospital-type setting. You know, I've confirmed tonight that Delaware actually annulled the licenses of 26 nurses already. And the feds tonight, they're charging people across the country, including 2 in South Jersey.
All of us feel this is egregious.
Strong words from the executive director of Delaware's Board of Nursing after learning of a massive scheme out of Florida to sell fake nursing degrees. And tonight, we've confirmed 26 nurses in Delaware had their licenses annulled in connection to the fake degrees.
These people who went to these Florida schools did not complete the curriculum, the education, and the clinical training that is required of all nurses to be eligible to sit to take their licensure exam and to be licensed as a nurse.
She says there are no reports of patients being harmed, but tonight 25 people across the country face charges for their involvement in the scheme that brought in more than $100 million, including Stanton, Witherspoon, and Alfred Sellew of Burlington County, New Jersey. He's home? Okay. Can we talk to him? We tracked down Witherspoon at his home in Burlington today, but family members said he couldn't talk. Over the phone, he told me he had to check in with his lawyer.
That is the man that the people worshiping in this country, folks. That is the man the people worshiping in this country. That is the man many Liberians are worshiping in this country. The man who brought shame to you. Let's forget about Josh Weir. This thing is not about Josh Weir politics. Let me be straight up with you guys here. This thing is not about Josh Weir politics. It's about our self-esteem. It's about our character. It's about our integrity as Liberian and as African and as black people. That is what this thing is all about. They did not do it to a Ghanaian. They did not do it to a Somalian. They did not do it to a Kenyan. They didn't do it to any African. Stanton, Witherspoon. Which one of you right now would like to be in a kind of situation? Which one of you would like to be in a kind of situation? I want you to process this a little bit. Do you think the kind of attitude going to make our country better anytime soon? No. Do you know the kind of stereotype mindset that this guy has poured through? When you listen to the gentleman who went to the courthouse, what did they say? They asked Mr. Stanton Witherspoon about his nationality. What did he say? Before he became a U.S. citizen, he is a born Liberian. That's why he told the judge. Who you think he was representing at that time? Every Liberian. Was he representing us on a good face or on a good note? No. Let's go somewhere else. Let's go and do something else. Let's go and do something else there. So yesterday, of everything you know, yesterday, see your brothers and sisters then.
Yes, I just finished.
All right, hold on 1 minute. Let me go and check, yeah? Hold on. What's your name?
Christine. I will be in Stanton.
Hey, Christine.
Yeah.
Christine, they keep moving fast, my sister. I cannot say. Yeah, but you know what I'm going to do? It's moving fast. We get over 70 people that contribute. I don't want to hold the line to go through, but I will confirm it, yeah?
Yes.
All right.
The author did it, but no confirmation, so I don't want
I will find. Text me. Use the same number and just text me your name, and I will find it and call you.
Okay, then.
All right, Mama. Thank you. Hello? Hello?
How about Zeze, Marian, we are.
Go ahead. Hello?
Yo, thank you. Marian, we are for 40. How about Zeze for 25?
Francis, thank you very much. Francis, thank you very much. Thank you. We're going to exhaust our time because that's the right thing to do. We got about 25 more minutes to go. Then we'll call the total amount generated, okay? Then we'll do our show. Thank you, my brother. Hello?
Hello, is this Spoon?
That's Spoon. Yes, sir.
This is Boy Isaac.
Okay.
Just $50 contribution.
Thank you very much, Isaac. We appreciate you, my brother. Thank you. And you guys, please accept the fact that all those that contributed, we will put your name down. We have your phone number.
Remember, Liberians, this guy has pled guilty to wire fraud. This guy has pled guilty to wire fraud. I want you to take a look at the cash out number. Do you guys see the cash out number down there? Cash out 649-4206. Let me show you guys something here. You see this guy? Many of you that watched that show yesterday, that the exact thing he was doing, the exact tone of voice, that's why he was using to conjure other people to buy certificate which became fake document. What you saw the guy doing yesterday, it was himself. That's how he been behaving. That's why the FBI been monitoring. That was Stanton in his own self. That's what he did yesterday. When you see the video, you need to keep the video. Because the FBI, they having enough proof now that this is how the guy was using people to gain that 15,000 and get a fake degree. Remember that 609 number, right? Let's get to some reality here. You are dealing with Jay Rennie here tonight. Let's get to some reality here now. We are showing you some videos. Now, let us suspend the video for now. And let's go into some documentation review. All right? Let's go to some documentation review here. I'm going to share my screen with you guys here. All right? Stanton Witherspoon. Boom. This guy is mentioned in the news. And you will soon see that news is coming right now on your screen. He's mentioned in the news. Can you see that, guys? It's mentioned in the news. Let me go back to my original screen and reduce myself because right now I'm looking too big. You cannot see me. So let me just remove myself off the screen so that you can get to see the bigger picture that I'm trying to sell to you guys right now. Boom. It should be coming bigger to you right now because I'm watching it on my phone here. There you go. All right. You see that here? All right. I can see it here myself. So this is the Bradenton County Times. This is where Stanton lives, Bradenton County. The report came out, and this is exactly what I say about the report here. Let me go back to the other screen here. Let me interact with the screen itself. All right. Let me interact with the screen itself so that way you can get to see what is unfolding here. You'll soon see the screen moving up right away. This is the story here. All right. This is the story here. All right. This is the story of Stanton Witherspoon right here. It came out on January 27, 2023. Two Bradenton Township men accused of taking part in a scheme. All right. And who are the two gentlemen? Let's come down to their name here. Let's come down to their names. Who are the two gentlemen? This information will never be taken out of the webpage for a very long period of time. Here is the guy here, Stanton Witherspoon. All right? Stanton Witherspoon. And what happened here again? Let's go down here. You're going to see something here. Where did he run his school? All right? He ran a school in Delaware. Let's come to that here. He ran a school in Delaware. Let's go down. He ran a school in Delaware. I will be coming to that very shortly. We're trying to make a point here, folks. We're trying to make a point. Stick with me here, folks. Stick with me here. We're trying to make a point here. All right? Here is the school here that Stanton Witherspoon ran. All right? What are the charges against Witherspoon and his buddy? Stanton Witherspoon ran this school called this Nursing Education Resource Center in Newport, Delaware. Let's stop sharing the screen and go somewhere else quickly. Let me bring you back here. Stick with me on this. Stick with me on this. All right? Let's go back again to something else. Remember that phone number I showed you? That was the phone number that he used for wire fraud. Let's go back somewhere else again. Let's go back again, folks. Let's go back. Let's go back. He went out like this, but I don't care for them. Let's go back again. Let's go back to him. Now we're going to share the screen with you guys again. Boom. We share it with you again. There you go. We are on the rear page now. It's coming up very soon. It's going to pop up very soon. There you go. Yeah, it's the Stanton Men's School here, Nursing Educational Resource Center. Now, I want you to pay attention to something here, right? All right. Did you remember that number? Yeah, it's the fake thing he did to you guys. Remember the number he showed you guys? That number was what? 609-469-9694. Was that the same number? No, that number was different. It was different. All right. Now, this is a website here. Pay attention to your website. When you click here, you should be expecting the website to open up, right? Let's click here and see what's going to happen. Let's click here and see what's going to happen. All right, 404, page does not exist. But look up in the top corner here, folks. You see the phone number we read? Didn't you see this number then? Where the people are making the contribution, the zero number? Take a look at it, folks. Take a good look at it. I'm going to take a photo of it. Take a look at those numbers, folks. I'm moving the cursor over there. Take a look at those numbers. 609-649-9690. Next one is 609-649-4206. Now, let's backtrack again in the same page here. So he telling the people that his page does not exist. The school have been closed down. But here is where he thinks he's smarter than the FBI. When you come to your file right here and you click here, that's the same school here, right? Let's click this one right. You see the cursor moving here? Let's click this one. When you click this, it's going to open up. He thinks he's still running the school. You see here? That is the same page again that he's running. He thinks the people don't know that he's still running the fake school. By you clicking on the link, he thinks it's done. You see here? The same payment method, the same scam, the same phone number. Here's his name right here, Stanton at whatever the crap is. That's what he's doing. This is what he's doing. All right? So he's still running the fake page. Now, let me start sharing this and give you guys a clear reason of why I decided to show you guys this information. The reason I'm showing you guys the information, those who are making donation through that same number, don't get surprised one day when you get a knock on your door from the FBI. This guy is setting many Liberians up to prove that we Liberians, we are into money laundering. That's what he's doing. Ain't nobody telling you that, you continue to do that. This man have been into court and said that he is guilty of wire fraud. And Liberians still coming on his platform and giving him money. And they are giving him money not in cash, but through the same number that you just saw. Let's go back to the conversation again so that way we can validate what we are talking about here. Let's go back at it again. Let's go right back there. All right?
And we'll say a special thank you text message. Listen,
what number do you see here?
Something here.
Look at the number. What number do you see here? 609. I just copied the number, right? 609-649-4202. That is the number he's using. And that's the same number that on his website where he used people to get money from. This guy is setting many Liberians up and they don't understand it. That is exactly what the guys are doing. So listen to your brothers and sisters then. Listen to them.
October 10th. All those of you that contributed, we will put your phone number down and your name, and you'll be part of this family that you contributed for the change in Liberia. Trust me, we will do that. Hello?
That's how he managed to conjure people. Think about this in your imaginary inferencing mind. Just how you hear him talking, how he was telling people with a fake credential, look, this class, this course, you're going to get your diploma, you're going to take the state board, you're going to pass, and your future going to be open. And you'll be remembered. That's exactly what the guy did. And that's exactly what he did. Don't take my word for it, folks. Do not take my word for it. Don't even believe what I'm telling you guys here. It came a time, some time ago, I said the same thing. Many people didn't believe it. What he was doing to CDC today. And that's the same thing he's still doing today. Don't take my word for it. For me, and for those I know, I don't think they will be naive enough. I don't think they will be naive enough to go and follow that man. People donating money through that same wire fraud, and they don't see the reason. Maybe because they are so complacent or they are so illiterate. That's why I always said political illiteracy, it is directly proportional to social illiteracy in our country. Let me repeat myself again. Political illiteracy is proportionally equal to the social illiteracy in our country. What do I mean by that? By default, the original sin that we have suffered in our country, and by the way, every country around the world suffered from that. The original sin of every country is illiteracy. Every country that was established, they started with learning things out of the hard way or by missed opportunity. And then they fixed the problem. And then they learn from there. And they improve on things. That is called the original sin. For us in Liberia, we haven't really figured out how we should fight the original sin. And that is why today we have more of our pioneers' parents. They are so illiterate across the country. Now, with that illiteracy looming around, now here come politics. We don't have the basic of being literate. And then we brought in another component called politics. So with the illiteracy that we have in abundance, or in somehow a percentage, we take that illiteracy and dump ourselves into politics. Something that is completely different from our understanding. And then we find ourselves in it. This is why I'm saying political illiteracy is proportionally equal to social illiteracy, or our Liberian societal illiteracy. So don't think because the people in America here, they don't understand what it means when somebody is guilty of wire fraud. This guy you see here, he knows that there are many Liberians here. You see, when Costa came to the country the first time, he figured out that Liberians here, they are not to the expectation that he thought they were. So he bamboozled money from them too. That would be another story for another day. But today, this guy has figured out, if I can croak people and get billions of dollars, what about the nincompoops then out there who don't even care to know whether I'm going to jail? Because you know why? I held back. I'm not going to tell them what happened in the court. Two guys came out here and taught things. As long as I can go out there and say, yes, they are right, guess what? They will believe in me. Don't fault your Liberian brothers and sisters. Don't insult them. The root cause of our problem is illiteracy. You know, as leaders in this country, when something goes wrong, we blame the process. We don't blame the individual. What you see happening, don't blame the Liberians who are doing these things. It is because of illiteracy. Blame illiteracy. And the way to fix illiteracy is to look for the right people who will provide education. Why it is true that illiteracy affected us in the past, the illiteracy is also affecting us in the present, which poses a threat to the future. Because as you can see on Facebook today, there are many different platforms. But the way we discuss things here, the approach we take, the statistics we present, and the way we manifest the information and give it to you, not many of the guys are doing those things because they believe that they have been victim of the past system. There is no time left to educate the people because they are fishing for themselves. So they don't have the time to educate people. Matter of fact, they exploit the opportunity. That is, they take advantage of the people. They are not willing to help the people. Why it is true that they're doing that? Guess what benefit them? What gives them the comfort to do that? Many of them children live in America. Their children, their grandchildren are on another country guardians that prepare them for a better future. So as far as opening the eyes and minds of Liberians who are into this thing, they don't care. They don't care. For the few that live back home, they live that upper class life, so they don't care. And that's exactly what they're doing. So what lies ahead of us for the future? The Alpha generation is at a greater risk of becoming a redeemer or a victim. From whom? From the generation X or Y, from the generation, how do you call it? No, the generation Y and the generation Z, and then from the generation X. The Alpha generation is at a greater risk of getting to 2065 with a better Liberia. They will either get there with no limbs, but they will be able to talk. That is what we're facing here today. Because the current generation, both outside Liberia and here, you see how they are on this guy platform and pumping money into him, not even knowing that they're putting their own self at risk. They don't even understand those things. They don't understand it. They do not understand. They don't even know who the guy is. Because this guy himself, Stanton, is a scammer. He's a scammer. He's a natural scammer. The way you saw him and right now the way you see him talking to these people, that is what he does best. That is what he has been doing. He's now showing it to you now. And he's now using it against the Liberian people. And you see how people liking it? That is what he does. That is his business of operation. That is what he does for a living. And the saddest thing there is, he's using the very phone number of the same website that he was scamming these people. He's using the same number. Now, when you take this image and show it to the FBI official, or if the FBI official just decide to watch the show, what you think, aside from the legal aspect, what you think going to be the quantitative understanding of Liberians? What you think going to be the quantitative understanding of us Liberians? How you think people are going to look at us? Let me take a break there small. Let's take a break small. And let me read a few comments here, folks. All right. My brother Tobagi says some of us Liberians in this country are the cause of our problem. I couldn't agree with you more. Yes, I couldn't agree with you more, my brother. I could not agree with you more. All right. Henry Yango said, J. Randy, but you still have Liberians both home and abroad worshiping that criminal. Of course. Why you think is that? Because illiteracy, and illiteracy. Frederick say, I'm surprised. Of course, my brother, when you live in a standard society where ethics, moral value are the key things that support integrity, and you find your brothers and sisters engaging in the kind of situation, why wouldn't you be surprised? I'm also with you too. I'm shocked. Not only surprised, but I'm shocked. But do I feel that this is something that I should be super shocked about? Absolutely not, because that's the people behavior. All right. Pamoto had tagged other people. Yes. All right. Emily say it's good that he met in Liberia with action with for him so he can teach some people his fake. Yes, that's what he's doing. He's teaching how to fake. Yes. And I see other people watching here too. Why is the Unity Party and JMB allow Mr. Spoon and his network, all right, to be raising money for Unity Party? He declined that money. He said that was for himself. But you know, this man, the tongue in his mouth never says the truth, all right? So he's not going to say that, all right? So let's make progress here. Let us make progress here, folks. That's the man you're dealing with there. That is the man the people worshiping today. You see, when Liberians say you kill my man, you kill my pa, many intellectual people and people with common sense say, you know what? It was due to the war, the intimidation that people suffer. So the generation that came out of the war, they were right. However, when the Liberian people say, you know, book, you know, book, it was a matter of freedom of decision making. It was nothing criminal about that, because the CDC people and the Liberian who voted for George Weah, Mr. Weah did not commit any crime. It was all because people felt that somebody was educated than the others, and they say, you know what, this is our freedom of choice. But the issue of Taylor and the issue of the Unity Party, people who supporting Mr. Stanton, is about criminal behavior. It's about criminal behavior. That is the difference there. When it comes to Charles Taylor, you kill my man, you kill my pa. These people came out with a criminal intent to harass and terrorize and kill people. Stanton, Witherspoon, and his group, this man have been found, he had put himself in a situation of being guilty. He committed a crime. Taylor committed a crime. Taylor went to jail. Stanton perhaps might be going to jail, but he supports Unity Party. Do you see where I'm coming from? They committed some act against humanity. They defraud people. One person on the other hand defraud people of their money and lie to them and issue them fake credentials. The other people on the other hand, that is the MPFL, intimidated and killed people. As far as the sedition go, it was the matter of breaking rights. We are better than you intellectually, and you're not better than us. And the Liberian people make a choice. There is nothing that has to do with criminality to support criminal behavior. You follow me on that? When you look at Stanton Witherspoon, who is going to jail, perhaps might be going to jail to do some time based on what he has done, and you see Liberians in the United States who live here, who will not do what he has done, but they're picking up money and wiring money through the same thing. And the Stanton man said he doesn't care, even though they are charging a wire fraud. They say a man who is dying fear no fall, right? This guy know that he has committed some financial fraud. Do you think he care? No. What the American men always say, whatever happened to me, I will make sure that it don't happen to other people, right? You think the guy going to think about that? No. He is showing to the American people that Liberians, they are into the same wire fraud. They support criminals. That's why that's the picture he painting now to other people now. That you and I, because we are Liberians, we support criminals. We will give them money. And he proved that on his page. He further proved that with the same number that he got on that his fake web page that you just saw. So the people who supporting Stanton Witherspoon from the Unity Party, when they tell you about a better future for that country, the people in the country here, when you see them supporting Unity Party, do you have any hope for the country? Think about that. Do you have any hope for the country? Look at these people here that on the platform here. Look at them. You know one guy that I feel sorry for? This guy right here with his left hand on his chin. If you look at the guy, all right, let's bring the picture bigger so you can see it. Look at the guy who got the Liberian flag behind. You know what his body language telling him? There are two things running through the guy's mind right now. One, I didn't know that how naive our people are. They are looking at this guy who has been found guilty or who has put himself in a guilty situation of wire fraud, and they are sending money directly to him. Number two, he is a little bit concerned of being on the platform, whether he's going to be a person of interest. As far as they got the call for gone, he is a dry leaf that is on a tree that is no longer connected to the tree. It's just a matter of time where the heavy winds will come and then he will just fall off that tree and become a dry leaf. He doesn't care. Because since he's been in this country, he returned, he has not done anything. That lady, she's in Liberia, she doesn't care. Anything goes. Because of party. But the kingpin of all of them, instead of the guy saying to himself, you know, I had done something bad to the Liberian people. I have brought shame to them. He doesn't care to apologize. He is sticking with his old ways. He's going to do what he's going to do because he knows he's going down. He doesn't care. That is the man that people are looking up to. These are the people who will come and say, the current government is not doing anything. There is no ethics in these people. There is no moral standard. They don't have no integrity. These are people who should be ashamed of themselves. They are promoting on their platform criminals. A criminal that the American people, when you listen to this man, after all I have said, when you listen to this man here.
One, that is selling fake nursing diplomas and transcripts to individuals who use those fake credentials to sit for state board examinations, obtain their nursing licenses, and ultimately get jobs at hospitals, skilled nursing facilities, and assisted living facilities. Arrests have been made in Florida, New York, New Jersey, and Texas, and search warrant has been executed in Delaware. So far, we have made 21 arrests, and there are 2 more individuals who are surrendering within the next 24 to 48 hours. Before I go on discussing how
people charged with operating the nationwide ring. Now, according to investigators, the group peddled more than 7,000 bogus degrees and nursing certificates to the tune of more than $100 million. Action News reporter John Paul joining us live in Camden tonight. And John, the feds say some of these fake nurses put real patients in danger.
Yeah, and that is the real concern tonight, Brian, that they may not have the background to actually treat people in a hospital-type setting. You know, I've confirmed tonight that Delaware actually annulled the licenses of 26 nurses already. And the feds tonight, they're charging people across the country, including 2 in South Jersey.
All of us feel this is egregious.
Strong words from the executive director of Delaware's Board of Nursing after learning of a massive scheme out of Florida to sell fake nursing degrees. And tonight, we've confirmed 26 nurses in Delaware had their licenses annulled in connection to the fake degrees.
These people who went to these Florida schools did not complete the curriculum, the education, and the clinical training that is required of all nurses to be eligible to sit to take their licensure exam and to be licensed as a nurse.
She says there are no reports of patients being harmed, but tonight 25 people across the country face charges for their involvement in the scheme that brought in more than $100 million, including Stanton, Witherspoon, and Alfred Sellew of Burlington County, New Jersey. He's home? Okay. Can we talk to him? We tracked down Witherspoon at his home in Burlington today, but family members said he couldn't talk. Over the phone, he told me he had to check in with his lawyer. Wednesday night, the Department of Justice released findings of what was dubbed Operation Nightingale.
when we talk about a nurse's education and credentials, shortcut is not a word we want to use.
Now the FBI is working to notify state nursing boards to ensure that unqualified nurses are not working in healthcare.
You're playing with people's health. How dare you play with someone's health like that?
It is important to note those nurses in Delaware, they have the right.
So you hear what that lady said, right? You heard what that lady said. Liberians who support that man, they're not going to ask that question. At least a lady walking by the street and they tried to get her opinion. And you heard what she said. You know why she said that? Very, very easy. Stanton Witherspoon is somebody that the American people, the American government, and the people of the United States, excluding the Liberians who support him, they know him to be this individual. That's how they know Stanton Witherspoon to be in this country. A man who sell over 7,600 fake nursing degrees. That's who Stanton Witherspoon is known for in this country. That's how he is known in this country. Take a good look. That's how the people know him today in America. But the people who live in America, from the Liberian community, that live in the Liberian community, they see him differently. But when you hear that lady say, how dare is he? Because this is the guy. That's how he is known. They got nothing to do with politics, fellow Liberians. It has to do with our integrity as country and people. That is the man. This is the truth that many Liberians don't understand. And they continue to give this guy their hard-earned money, supporting this guy, wire fraud hobbit. Wire fraud hobbit. He doesn't care. He knows he's going down, so he doesn't care, folks. He doesn't care. Where does that put us, my fellow Liberians? This is now, we touch the political aspect of things here. And I'm not too sure where we'll do it tonight. Because tonight, it was all about Joe Buckeye compared to Joshua. But you see the weight that this guy's behavior is putting on the people of Liberia. And I don't blame nobody. I blame the CDC government. They made this guy to be the monster he is today. For those of you that follow me religiously, when the men started buying radio stations in our country, I asked, how much information do you guys know about this guy? Nobody listened. Now he's in the prime of his scam operation, and there are more people following him because they are politically desperate. And he exploiting their desperation. Just how you saw nurses, potential Liberians and other nationals in the country that felt that they wanted to become an RN, LPN, whatever they wanted to become. He saw the desperation in them, and he decided to exploit them by giving them fake degree. He see the political desperation in these people who are in opposition. And guess what he's doing again? He is doing exactly what he does best. Scamming them. Scamming them. Did you hear him saying to the people, oh, we'll list all your names? That is scam. That is scam. That's how scammer work. You know, the name Stanton is not far away from Stanton. He's a scammer. That's who he is. It's not by mistake he got that name. He's a scammer. But he's a high-level scammer. Do you know how the FBI discovered this guy and what they were saying to themselves? There were many things they were saying to themselves. That this guy is nothing but a professional scammer. He's a scam. That's what who he is. When you listen to him, let's go back and listen to him. I want you to listen to him here, all right? Let's go back and listen to how he played the scam game so well. Let's listen to him again.
Hello?
Hey, my name is Tene Juku calling from Rosemount. I just contributed.
Tene, thank you, yeah? Thank you very much, man, Tene.
Right.
All right. Hello?
And these people don't even understand the number they're using. It's the very number this guy had been busted. It was on his webpage. And don't take my word for it. You saw it for yourself. I just showed it to you guys, right? So right now you can go and Google it yourself. And that's the saying. You see what make many of our people today, when we talk about not having that very advanced high IQ to understand things, these are people who just go to work, come back, but they are not being able to find the right platform. So they fall for these things, and it comes under illiteracy. But ignorance to the law is no excuse in America. If the FBI decide to track down that thing, because the guy is using cash up, he using cash up. Either he putting it in your wife's name or somebody's name. But what if the FBI decide to follow up? Because all that money he generating is coming into the account in America. And this guy has been found guilty in wire fraud. Understand me here, people. Wire fraud is the art of defrauding people and taking money to them by means of them wiring the money. And the guy is doing the same thing. And he doesn't care. And he gets loading Liberians into it, bringing more Liberians into it, bringing them into it. And they're just going in there, just going in there. But this is how he does the thing. Listen to him.
She got up and started crying while
Hello? Can you lower your volume, please?
So here, I'm trying my work out of you part of this movement.
Yes, Mama.
I share my contribution this year already.
Ma Sarah, thank you very much for your contribution. Thank you, Mama. Thank you. Thank you.
Does she really understand what type of movement it is? Or she just moving because there is an action going on? Does she really understand? Does she really understand? If the FBI having to walk to her right now and ask her, you just send money to a guy who has been convicted. Do you know that you are dealing with a criminal? What do you think that woman going to say, that poor woman? What do you think she's going to say? The electricity among our people was manifested yesterday over there. You part of a movement. Nobody know what the movement is. And then you just giving money. You're seeing some of the things that some other be talking. We don't hate our people. And that's why you see, you guys should be doing yourself a favor. Your responsibility on the platform is to share these things here. Your ability not to share these things is also a contributing factor that continues to increase the behavior you see. Because if you start sharing these things and people start to listen to this thing, it will help reduce the level of illiteracy. As I always say, don't come on the platform and be so complacent with the information. Say, you know, I got it, Brandy. No. Encourage yourself. Push yourself. Say, no, I got to share this thing. I got to do this. Look, let me tell you what has happened on how they call it. Let me show you guys what we have achieved so far on YouTube. All right. So let's go to YouTube here. Let me just share something with you guys on YouTube here, and so you can see how far we have come. All right. So let me share something here for you guys here. All right. So just on YouTube alone, since we started, all right, this is how far we have gone now, folks. It's coming up. Oh, let me just do something here. Let me just lower myself here or completely block myself out of here from on YouTube here. All right, let's do this here. I will be gone, and then you just be able to see the page yourself, right? So there you go. You see what we had done on YouTube so far, folks. This is what we had done on YouTube so far. All right, we are now having 10,000 views, all right, in total, and then we have 5.2K view so far, and that started from August up to September. All right, September 15 yesterday. Yesterday. So we are doing well. So if the people on YouTube can help us to spread the messages, folks, you need to do your part. All right, that means that people are loving the conversation we are having, and that's why they are doing their best to share these things. People are listening to us and they are helping us here. That's what they're doing. They are listening to us and they are helping us. So you Liberians out there, and let me congratulate those who listen to us by way of YouTube. And that's why we continue to push our channel to the world out there so that they can get to listen. And that's why we want to make sure that this image is shown to the people out there. All right? That's why we want to make sure this image is shown to the world out there so that people can get to know that this guy that calls Stanton Witherspoon, he is a scammer. It's not real. He's a scammer. He's not real. We want to make sure if you listen to me out there and you think that all Liberians are scammers, you are seriously mistaken. You are seriously mistaken. This guy that calls Stanton Witherspoon, I want the people to know, if you listen by way of YouTube, I want you to understand that this guy that calls Stanton Witherspoon, he is nothing but a scammer. Yes, that's who he is. He is a scammer. All right? I want you guys to understand that this guy is a scammer. He's a scammer. That's what he has been doing. So when you listen to this guy taking money from Liberians, that's how he has been taking money from people. Let's listen to him again one more time.
Hello?
Listen to him.
Hey, hello, Stanton?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I sent
No name. But I will, don't forget, you guys are not calling your...
That person is smart. They're trying to act smart, but it's too late for them because when you send your contribution, no matter what you do, that name will show in the banking system because your card is associated with that. So by you see, you don't want to mention your name, you just wasting your time. These people are dealing with a professional criminal. They are working with a professional or scammer, and they think they're going to blindfold. Let me use the way back terminology. They think they are going to blindfold the American people in this country here. They are seriously making the mistake. Yes, they are seriously making a mistake. This guy is a scammer. It's a scammer. So you need to share the video here. He's a scammer. Listen to him again.
Then we still reach out to you. We are creating a group here. Thank you very much. Yeah. Yeah. Hello?
Yeah, is this Paul?
This is Paul, my brother. How you doing?
Okay, who am I talking to?
Hey, man. This is Stanton, bro.
Oh, Stanton?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
You see, he admitting his name right now because he knows very well that he's going to jail. He knows that he has confessed to a crime, but he's trying to show to the authority in this country that I am not the only person. Y'all got to be checking all more Liberians in the country. All right? That's what he's trying to do. He's admitting himself. He's calling his name. This guy knows exactly what he's doing to these people. But you know what? We will counter this thing here. We will counter this thing. This topic here, we will not bring George Weah into the topic here. Let me come here tonight. Let me just say this thing here, folks. I know tonight we're supposed to have introduced George Weah as a broker. We're not going to do that. We will laser focus on this guy alone because the topic we're going to create a different topic here, all right? We'll create a different topic. So you're not going to see George Weah and Boca here. No, we're not going to blend them together here. We got to stand alone on this topic and make sure that Stanton Witherspoon, the guy who have been caught into criminal behavior, all right? That is the guy that we're going to be focused on here. So we're not going to put the title here today. Yeah, we're not going to put the title here today to say or these people here. No, we will re-title this thing here, all right? So let's listen to him continuously here. I'm going to step away here.
I want to make sure that the right place are sending it.
You're right. You're a smart man. This is Stanton, sir.
Okay. All right, then I'll get to you.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
And one of the reasons he's calling his name now is because he knows that he had already been found guilty. Whatever he had, he's going to lose it. So what does he care? Donald Trump said, what do you have to lose? He ain't got nothing to lose already because he already went to court. He said, I'm guilty. So they put no. They are seized it right. He got no right in the town here. So the little town he got now, he had to enjoy it. And the reason he's calling his name is to tell the people that, look, you see the people around me here? They are all in it together with me. They are all in it together with me. You think why intelligent people left the platform? Because people are getting afraid to stay on the platform. Nobody want to be with him. So our message is knocking on their doorstep. That these people hanging out with this guy, they are incriminating themselves gradually. They are becoming people of interest. And they will investigate them. Let's listen to the show here, all right? Let's listen here more.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes. How you doing?
Yeah, this is Spoon TV.
Yes, Mama. This is Stanton talking.
Oh, all right. This is your friend Tom, wife Tom, not here, but I'm going to make $50 contribution.
Thank you very much. Oh, that you so call the doggy for me?
Yeah. Today I'm going to sound about this.
Hey, man. But you know what? Maybe on the day, I will kind of eat that doggy. You're not far from me, though.
Yeah, get there all the day. So I'm sending you all this number 856-237-1700.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Hello?
Yeah, I can work on the bill. What do we need to do?
The cash app is right there. Just use my phone number. The number you call it on. Use
Cash app, mobile money number, Zelle.
The mobile money, if you're in Liberia, is there. The Zelle is there. Can you say, yeah?
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
This Senator?
Yes, this Stanton, my brother.
This time I $200.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you a lot. Thanks a lot. All right. Hello? Hello? Yeah? I'm all right, my brother.
This is Toxic. I just heard you tell you.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you a lot. Again, folks, I'm saying this got nothing to do with Unity Party. Don't
That's
put
a
this on the
scam. That's a
party.
scam. That's
It's
a
for the
scam. Don't trust him. That's a
network.
scam.
Everybody contributed
That
for
is a
the
scam. Don't listen to
great
that. That's a
job
scam.
this
Don't listen
network
to that.
have
That's
done.
a scam.
Okay? So don't put it on the party. I say thank you to you, my
That is
brother.
a scam.
And we'll keep
That is a
everybody
scam.
phone number and the name and reach out to them. Hello?
That is the scam. Don't trust him. He's lying.
Yes, sir. Hello, sir.
I'm here though. How you doing?
That is a scam.
Doing well. How are you?
Hi, my brother. Talk to us.
Yeah, I just sent $35. My name is Walker. I'm in the target.
Thank you, bro. Thank you very much.
Hold it
What's your name again? What's your name again?
Walker in the pocket.
Are you related to Manipaka in Liberia?
No, I want to in the target is different.
Story on Action News tonight is the local connection to what federal investigators call a massive scheme to sell fake nursing degrees. We learned today that 2 Burlington County residents are among 25 people charged with operating the nationwide ring. Now, according to investigators, the group peddled more than 7,000 bogus degrees and nursing certificates to the tune of more than $100 million. Action News reporter John Paul joining us live in Camden tonight. And John, the feds say some of these fake nurses put real patients in danger.
Yeah, and that is the real concern tonight, Brian, that they may not have the background to actually treat people in a hospital-type setting. You know, I've confirmed tonight that Delaware actually annulled the licenses of 26 nurses already. And the feds tonight, they're charging people across the country, including 2 in South Jersey.
All of us feel this is egregious.
Strong words from the executive director of Delaware's Board of Nursing after learning of a massive scheme out of Florida to sell fake nursing degrees. And tonight, we've confirmed 26 nurses in Delaware had their licenses annulled in connection to the fake degrees.
These people who went to these Florida schools did not complete the curriculum, the education, and the clinical training that is required of all nurses to be eligible to sit to take their licensure exam and to be licensed as a nurse.
She says there are no reports of patients being harmed, but tonight 25 people across the country face charges for their involvement in the scheme that brought in more than $100 million, including Stanton, Witherspoon, and Alfred Sellew of Burlington County, New Jersey. He's home? Okay. Can we talk to him? We tracked down Witherspoon at his home in Burlington today, but family members said he couldn't talk. Over the phone, he told me he had to check in with his lawyer. Wednesday night, the Department of Justice released findings of what was dubbed Operation Nightingale.
When we talk about a nurse's education and credentials, shortcut is not a word we want to use.
Now the FBI is working to notify state nursing boards to ensure that unqualified nurses are not working in healthcare.
You're playing with people's health. How dare you play with someone's health like that?
It is important.
That's my question I have today. What happened? Yes. What happened to our grandfather money that Stanton collected? What happened to it? Number 1, three question. What happened to our grandfather hospital case? The operator on our grandfather, they messed up. That's 1 case. Number 2, what happened to our grandfather nursing home case? They didn't take care of our grandfather good, and something happened at that nursing home. The Papi had sore all his body. The Papi's situation was worse. Something happened at that nursing home. That was a nursing home case. What happened to that case? Also, what happened to our grandfather life insurance? We're not talking about Stanton made stories. We're talking about true story. What that true story? What we want facts. We don't want no story that Stanton made up. We want to know what happened with these cases. With these cases. 2, matter of fact, 2 cases and 1 life insurance, I call it life insurance case. What happened to that? We need answer. You brought small money in Upper Darby. These things were hiding from some of us until it was revealed that all your money you get, all that money that Stanton get, that from the papi, if the papi wasn't going to have that situation he had, and if the papi wasn't going to die, Stanton wouldn't have been buying houses and all this thing. By right, Stanton owed all his brother, his oldest brother and his oldest sister. He owed them. Bring all that document. Disclose it so we can believe you. Bring it all.
That deliberation. So invite someone. Sound is loud and clear. Don't mind that distraction. Okay, great. All right, thank you.
And we're talking about Haitians, Cubans, people from Jamaica, from the Bahamas. So they were all victims of this scam. So this particular case is of interest to basically the whole world.
The whole world.
So when we came in, it was a surreal moment. We came in a little early, and I was stopped from entering the premises because they said, what was the reason?
We couldn't bring our cell phones.
Right, and according to federal law, I couldn't bring my permitted gun on the premises. So my personal protection has to be returned to the car. So
alongside
with everything, cell phone, computers, laptop, anything that has to do with photograph or audio sound had to be returned to the car. So we can say this was a little blessing in disguise, because while I returned to the courthouse and I was being checked electronically, Mr. Witherspoon and his team were brought in, and he was next to me. And I dropped what I was doing, and I walked up to him and I said, "Hello, Mr. Witherspoon, I'm Jerome Gaiman." And he was stoic. He was stoic. He was shocked, stunned. And all he said to me was, "Are you Liberian? And where are you from?" And I told him, I said, "I'm here to cover this. We are here to cover your case, and we would like to have an interview with you, if possible." And then we went up to room 202.
Room 202. And I was already seated. I was already seated front row, immediately behind a team of lawyers. I believe they were part of the prosecuting attorneys, because they sat behind the prosecuting attorneys.
That's correct.
All right. So I believe they were part of the prosecution. So I sat right behind them, front row. Mr. Gaiman came in, sat next to me, and the judge, in fact, Stanton, he was late. He came in the courtroom after 9 o'clock. The judge had arrived and took a seat and everything. Everybody seated before Stanton came in, and he was like running. He ran, came in, he went and sat next to his lawyer. And the judge ordered the case open, took in the attendance of the prosecution, the defense, those indicted criminals. It was Renee Benedel and Stanton Witherspoon. And the judge read out everything pertaining to the case. Okay? And
but the judge was in coastal where he was magnanimous enough to allow us to take notes.
Yeah.
So we were allowed to take notes, and we did.
We did take notes. A lot of notes.
Lots of notes.
Yeah.
You can see we got a dossier here, because we wanted to make sure that what we were saying were accurate and on time.
Yeah.
So it's documented. So this is a historical piece of evidence here.
It is.
So basically, we arrived here. It says we arrived at 8:55
a.m.
We were camping out here, hoping to catch them coming in and out of the building.
Right.
So we got there prior to the time at 8:55 a.m. we checked in, right?
Yeah, right.
So while checking in at 9:01 a.m., Mr. Witherspoon and his team,
and his team,
they walked in.
One lady came with him, with Stanton Witherspoon. His lawyers were already in the courtroom. Yeah, it was one Liberian girl that came in with him. In fact, she came like a couple seconds after he came in. I knew that she came with him because when people were leaving, when we were leaving the courtroom, he tapped her and they left.
Mr. Gilman, were you surprised that a case of this magnitude, he had no support system?
No support system.
No family, no children, no wife, nothing. He just came in with the legal team, in whose care he was released during the bonding time. Were you surprised that there were nobody to?
I wasn't surprised. I wasn't surprised because he did not make this known to the public officially. People only hear from us and other people that have been following this case. So maybe, who knows? But I wasn't surprised that people didn't come to throng this place in his defense.
But then on the other hand, Mr. Benadel had the Haitian community here. They were, some of them were wearing white. Pure white. They came in to support Mr. Benadel as opposed to Mr. Stanton Witherspoon. When he came in and he saw us at the gate, he was stunned.
He was stunned.
Totally stunned. So Witherspoon and his partner came in. The case started exactly 9:10 a.m. Stanton was represented by his lawyer, Mr. Benadel, and they were sworn in.
They were sworn under the oath.
Under oath at 9:12.
At 9:12, Stanton Witherspoon and Benadel were sworn in by the judge at 9:12. They were both represented by two female lawyers. Yeah, they were both represented by two female lawyers. The prosecution was two men, but behind them were two ladies and another gentleman who were also lawyers or attorneys for the defense, for the prosecution team. Yeah.
And then they were asked, both of them were asked to affirm by themselves, to affirm that the plea being added today were understood.
Were understood that whatever was going to be said, whatever plea they were going to make today, that they understood it. They were not coerced. Nobody told them, promised them anything, and what have you. The judge was very clear. He said, I understand that you are here to plead guilty, but I'm going to ask you a few questions, and I want you to be honest, to answer truthfully. Then he asked, the judge sought their mental capacity, whether they understood the veracity, the gravity, the weight of the crime that they are pleading guilty to. He asked them that, whether they are taking medication, prescribed medication, or substance abuse. I mean, the judge was very thorough to find out whether these two people, Stanton Witherspoon, Renee Benadel, understood what they were going into. All right?
They were asked their nationalities.
They were asked for their nationalities. Both of them affirmed they are Americans. And then they asked, where were you born? Benadel said he was born in Haiti. Stanton Witherspoon said he was born in Liberia. Are you American citizens? Renee Benadel, yes, I am American citizen. When did you become American citizen?
He said 2001.
2001, he became American citizen. Stanton Witherspoon, are you an American citizen? He answered, yes, I am. When did you become American citizen? He said, I think 2009 or 2010 or I'm not too sure. The judge then said, was it before 2015? And then he said, I think so. He said 10 years ago. He said, I think so. The judge said, okay. We proceeded. Stanton Witherspoon did not know the year he became an American citizen or the month or whatsoever. He did not know. But before that, they were asked for their birthdays. How old, your birthday, and all of that. And they both, Renee was born 1974. So he's 49. Stanton was born 1975. They stated all of these things in court today, right behind us here, this courthouse, right here. Yeah.
And they were asked for their academic credentials.
Yeah, the academic credentials. What level of education did you obtain, Mr. Benadell?
The highest level.
The highest level, associate degree. Mr. Stanton Witherspoon, the highest level education, associate degree.
Yep, and they were asked what institution did they achieve these degrees.
Right.
And Mr. Benadell said he got his AA degree from the Bronx.
The Bronx in New York.
In New York.
Yeah.
And Mr. Witherspoon said he got his AA degree from
New Jersey. Yeah.
Some nurses.
Burlington.
Yeah.
New Jersey.
In
New Jersey. Yeah.
They answered no to drug use.
Right. Are you under any prescribed drugs? No. Are you taking abused substance or you're abusing substance? No.
And the judge wanted to know, with the aforementioned answer, are you satisfied with the counsel being given you?
The counsel being given you by your lawyers. Are you satisfied? Are you okay with what your lawyers told you? Both answer in the affirmative, yes, Your Honor. The judge also asked them, were you promised anything by your lawyers or anybody or the prosecution? Said, no, Your Honor. Both answered, no, Your Honor.
And then he said, with all being said, you are being charged with count one.
Count one.
Conspiracy.
Action of what federal investigators call a massive scheme to sell fake nursing degrees. We learned today that 2 Burlington County residents are among 25 people charged with operating the nationwide ring. Now, according to investigators, the group peddled more than 7,000 bogus degrees and nursing certificates to the tune of more than $100 million. Action News reporter John Paul joining us live in Camden tonight. And John, the feds say some of these fake nurses put real patients in danger.
Yeah, and that is the real concern tonight, Brian, that they may not have the background to actually treat people in a hospital-type setting. You know, I've confirmed tonight that Delaware actually annulled the licenses of 26 nurses already. And the feds tonight, they're charging people across the country, including 2 in South Jersey.
All of us feel this is egregious.
Strong words from the executive director of Delaware's Board of Nursing after learning of a massive scheme out of Florida to sell fake nursing degrees. And tonight, we've confirmed 26 nurses in Delaware had their licenses annulled in connection to the fake degrees.
These people who went to these Florida schools did not complete the curriculum, the education, and the clinical training that is required of all nurses to be eligible to take their licensure exam and to be licensed as a nurse.
She says there are no reports of patients being harmed, but tonight 25 people across the country face charges for their involvement in the scheme that brought in more than $100 million, including Stanton Witherspoon and Alfred Sellew of Burlington County, New Jersey.
He's home? Okay. Can we talk to him?
We tracked down Witherspoon at his home in Burlington today, but family members said he couldn't talk. Over the phone, He told me he had to check in with his lawyer. Wednesday night, the Department of Justice released findings of what was dubbed Operation Nightingale.
When we talk about a nurse's education and credentials, shortcut is not a word we want to use.
Now the FBI is working to notify state nursing boards to ensure that unqualified nurses are not working in healthcare.
You're playing with people's health. How dare you play with someone's health like that?
Or conspiring to commit
wire fraud. Yeah.
Which is a federal
A
offense.
federal offense. Are you aware?
And understand.
This crime is punishable by 20 years.
And
They both answer yes.
And then, after they answer yes, the judge went to the charge sheet.
Yeah.
They were talking about forfeiture.
Forfeiture.
Now, touch on that a little bit.
Forfeiture. The judge then asks the prosecution, say, with this guilty plea from these people, what do you seek? What do you seek? And the prosecutor got on his feet and said, we are interested in all of the properties we listed in the indictment and proceeding motions that were filed. All of the properties. And then they asked Stanton Witherspoon, are you aware you're going to be forfeiting your properties with this guilty plea? He said, yes, Your Honor.
And the judge wanted to know how the information was attained.
How it was attained.
And the federal system said through bank records.
Bank records.
All financial records.
All financial records, text messaging, or emails, all modes of communication. And the judge asked the prosecution, can you prove beyond a reasonable doubt whether these people pleading guilty today or not? But can you prove? How will you prove that they committed a crime? And the prosecution said, Judge, Your Honor, if we went to trial, we will prove beyond a reasonable doubt that these things happened, that they committed these crimes. Because one, Stanton Witherspoon does not have the qualification to open a school that would grant degrees. So he partnered with this lady, she was not in court, who has the qualification to get the school. And they bought the school, Siena College, and they were 50-50 co-owner of Siena College.
And the judge wanted to know whether Mr. Stanton Witherspoon understands that this case, he can be sentenced, or they can be sentenced to 20 years.
20 years.
And he said yes.
He said yes. And the judge said, I can also, the prosecution asking for 20, I can increase it, I can reduce it. And they said, both answer yes.
And he also said, in addition to the forfeiture, the federal court is going to fine you minimum $250,000.
Yeah, minimum $250,000.
Yes, that's
the minimum.
Yeah, that does not include the forfeiture and all of that. That's just the fine.
Just the fine.
So if you forfeited all the properties, all your bank account, in addition, you will still be fined minimum $250,000 in addition to that.
Right.
And he also made a very startling revelation that I didn't know about. He said the federal system does not have a
parole system anymore, wherein probation.
Yes, no parole first, no parole.
No parole, no parole system. So the judge said, you are waiving your rights. I want you to understand, if I sentence you to today, tomorrow, or whatever time. There is no parole in the federal system.
Okay. Thank you. You got a high-headed guy. That means I'm a high-headed friend. Thank you very much.
We said take you to Florence, Newville for $25.
Hello?
Manu Ducle said 50.
Hello?
And Victor said 20. As well as Matthew Bozzi. $20.
Thank you very much, Fagon. Thank you. Our line is going crazy. We want to appreciate everyone according. Hello?
Y'all listen to them.
Hello?
Yep.
This is Dominic Howard calling. I just want to be $25.
Thank you very much. Thank you to you and your family. May God bless you. Hello?
Y'all listen to them.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, this is Johnson Auto Repair from Des Moines, Iowa. I just contributed $50.
Thank you very much. You say what's your company name?
Johnson's Auto Repair in Des Moines, Iowa.
Everybody, every Liberian in Des Moines, Iowa, you must go visit. If your car spoiled, you must call this guy.
Okay.
When we send you the group, we'll put his name there. You must visit him.
That's the scam. That's how you scam
Our
them.
own Liberian man. Again, what's your name again? What's your company name?
It's Johnson's Auto Repair, Des Moines, Iowa.
You hear it. Thank you, my brother. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The FBI will be coming for you there very soon. Don't worry.
Hello?
Hello, hey, Center, what's up?
I'm here though. How you doing?
Yeah, okay. I just sent my contribution to $50.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, Templates important we shared this.
Hold on 1 minute. Let me put a call on hold, then you can say, hold on 1 minute. Hold on 1 minute, my caller. Don't say anything yet. Hold on. Go ahead, Badu.
Yeah, somebody just contributed a $500 LD from Liberia. His need went by very fast. We want to appreciate you as well. That's
okay.
It.
Thank you. Thank you very much. From Liberia. Thank you. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, your name and where you calling from?
My name is Ishmael Robert. I'm calling from.
Y'all continue, folks are right here working on something.
Yep, thank you. What's your contribution?
This is Spoon.
Yes, this is Spoon. This is Stanton.
Yeah, okay. Stanton, I want to ask a question. How can you send the money to? I want to make a contribution.
That Cash App. Do you have Cash App?
You see how the people are very
so
ignorant.
put my phone number. The number you call it on, put it there.
Okay, I'll do it right now.
Thank you, boss. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello?
Hi, I'm Hawa Cooper from Lee, Massachusetts. I just got $50.
Thank you, my Hawa. How Massachusetts doing?
Massachusetts is good.
Thank you for your contribution.
Okay, hold it right there. We got meeting
right. So don't say anything yet. My caller, hold on 1 minute. Yes, we need to hear from Fagon. Fagon, this thing going crazy. We appreciate the people later. Fagon, we appreciate them later. They take no calls, please.
Okay.
Hello?
Right, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes, you're on Spoon. How you doing?
Yeah, this is Hashim Formula calling from Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I just sent $20.
I appreciate you, my brother. I appreciate you a lot. Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
See you.
Hello, Spoon.
Yes, sir.
Hey, see you. This AB, man. Even though you refuse to add me in the group, but I just sent 75. Can you verify, please?
AB, everybody will be in the group from this time. This is a high class group. I thank you for your $75, my brother. Thank you.
I've been chatting with you, but you don't answer me in the group.
You guys are
the Spoon late night group. Okay, I will add you there now. Text me your name and send me that. Let me add you there right now. Your 75. I'm making.
Still, let me come in a bit.
Thank you. All right. Go ahead.
See you. Let me come in a bit. So, folks here in Liberia are also contributing. I've received $3,600 Liberian in bits and pieces, people contributing, and for the USD, so far I've received $125. So they want to know the mobile money number is 0880 041165 0880 And to our guys trying to take a small money from my phone and saying you have performed a transaction, put your PIN. Sorry, it's not going to work. Yeah. Thank
you. Thank you. Listen, they know that they're playing with somebody from Cuba town.
No,
thank you very much. Your name? Hello.
They're playing for crook.
This is Prince calling from Indianapolis. I sent on the 5-0.
Prince, thank you very much. I appreciate you, my brother. Thanks. All right. Hello?
Hello, Stanton.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Williams.
Yeah.
I guess I'm $50.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. May God bless you. Thank you. Hello? Hello? Yeah.
Hey, Stanton, how you doing, man?
I'm here.
Yeah, I'm calling from Indianapolis. I prefer my name being anonymous. But
you wasted time with your name.
I can see your name.
Don't worry.
Yes, thank you. Yes, sir. Yeah. I appreciate you, my brother. Thank you for following the spoon, though. You always follow us. Thank you. Hello?
Yes, Witherspoon?
Yes, sir.
All right, I know I haven't spoken to you on the show before, but I'm a pastor who are on hunger spread for Liberia, for the oil. Yeah, I've been on spread for 6 months. And I had a company called Mobile Liberia Limited. But I send you $50.
Thank you. Your company, what does your company do?
You know, when you are working with election commission, I pay like for London. I don't want to supply all the cards to General Andrew and Brothers card. When you guys were election.
When we're people, we want to sound. Thank you very much, my brother. We appreciate you. Yeah. Let's talk. Thank you. Folks, I want to say we got 14 more minutes.
And let me just hold you there with that 14 more minutes. So, guys, we got a title here now. So, this title here will go a very long way because it's now being broadcast on YouTube and stuff like that. So Liberians can understand that we don't appreciate someone who is an FBI indictee who has been found guilty. This guy is ruining our character in this country. We cannot sit here to allow this thing to happen. So in how much he's on his way, we want to make sure that people understand these things here. All right? So we got to make sure that we understand these things. They have nothing to do with George Weah. It has to do with our integrity, our moral value in this country. We have to stand by it. We cannot allow this guy here to keep soliciting money. We don't know the intent of the money. This guy one time said he was resigning from that radio station. He said he don't own that radio station. We have the video and it is in cloud. We can pull it from anywhere. He said that he was not a owner of that radio station. He was not going to be coming here. Now that he has been found guilty, he is now manifesting his behavior towards the people. So that's the guy. You see in their life. So tonight, we are not going to blend this guy with the conversation that we see between President Weah and, or how they call it, President Weah and how they call it, President Weah and Joe Boyka. We're not going to blend this conversation. Hopefully tomorrow morning, I will be right back here to continue that conversation. So as far as the topic go, it will be changed. This is going to be the topic on a discussion here, as you can see it. That will be the topic on a discussion. So you're going to see everything going to change. We cannot and should not allow a gentleman who destroy or try to destroy our image, and he and a few handful of people, like somebody regularly said, I think it was my man Yango, those people who are contributing, they are doing it because of the hate for the government. But because you dislike the government, you are willing to do business with an indictee that had tarnished your reputation. Is that how far we want to go with this? I say no to that. If there were different people on that platform, even the Dr. Francine woman, if she were on that platform soliciting their fund, it will not be any issue for me, folks. I will not see it as an issue. But to have this guy on this platform trying to solicit money from people in America when he also has been found guilty of wire fraud, that is an insult. That is an insult. We should not and will not allow this guy to do such a thing. Yes. Yes, we shouldn't allow him. We shouldn't allow him. It got nothing to do with politics in Liberia. It has to do with integrity. Yes. All right? Somebody said they raised $16,700 so far for the team and equipment to be used for tomorrow rally. So they raised this money here for tomorrow rally. That's what he's doing. So he is raising money. All right? He is raising money for the Unity Party, but he's lying and saying that he's raising money for the radio station. You guys are dealing with a professional criminal. I'm telling you guys. You guys are someone that the FBI have profiled. Look, let's go back and get to something here so you guys can see it, all right? Let's go back and do something here. Yes, let's just go back and let's do something here. Let's take this thing down, and I think once we get done with this, we'll call it a night. We're not going to bring George Weah and Joe Walker here. No, everything here will remain until tomorrow. Let's go back again and do something quickly here, all right? So let's go back here and try to share the screen here. Excuse me there. All right, let's go back here and try to share the screen here. All right, let's go back here and try to share the screen here. Okay. This is the man that people are trying to do business with here. All right, so let's go back. All right, let's go back on the page here. Let me see where I can open different page here for you guys here. That's the fake page he got over there. That's the man fake page over there. That is the fake page. That is his fake page over there. All right. So let's go by and do something quickly here. All right. Let's see if I can open another page here. In fact, I need to bring myself down here. Let's go back here. Let's go by and do something here quickly here. All right. Let's go back here and do something. And after this one, we'll just call it a day. All right. Let's go back here. This is a fake page here. All right. That page is fake. Nobody should believe in that page. It's very, very fake. All right. So let's here. I should be back in the studio any moment from now. I'm coming up. Boop. There I am. All right. So let's go back and share it again. Let's go back and share. Let's go back and share. Let me come back here. All right. So let's go back and share something quickly here with you guys here. All right. Let's go back and share something here. Let's go back and share something here. All right. So let's do this here. Let's come back to the fake page here. You're going to see a fake page coming up. There go his fake page there. And in the fake page here, let's try to Google something here quickly here. All right. Let's try to Google something here. Let's put this guy's name in here. All right. Let's try to put his name here. By the time you type in his name, Stanton, you see it popping up like that. So let's go to him here and step in this guy's name. This is the guy that people worship in here, right? Type in his name here. What do you see here? You see the man name all over the place there, right? All right. You see his name all over the place there. That's what you see here. And this is where we want to be. We want to be right here, the FBI, right here, as you can see here. Click on this man name right here in the FBI database. All right. Who name want to be here? United States Attorney Office of Southern District of Florida. This is what the guy's name is. All right. This is what his name is. This is the guy that people are doing business with, even though he has been found guilty. All right. In fact, he walked to the court and said he's guilty. This is the guy here that people are doing business with. This is the guy. Which one of you guys got your name in the system here? Which one of you? Look right here. Let me just highlight this here for you guys here. The indictment charges defendant Stanton Witherspoon of Bradenton County. Yes, the guy right here. He and his body. This is the guy that people are doing business with. That's the guy there, folks. All right, guys, if you're listening to the program, this is a live voice from me, J. Randy here. Excuse me there. I am about to shut this show down, and within the next 28 minutes, I will be coming live, and we will be looking at President Weir and Joseph Boyka. I think we have given enough publicity to this criminal, and I hope that Liberians will cover themselves. Well, as the saying goes, if you can hear, you can feel. Those who will continue to wire money to this guy, we have proven and we have shown many, many ways that he is not someone that you need to trust in this country. It is up to them. We are all Liberians. We found our way across the globe, come to other people's country to represent our country image and be a good citizen or resident to where we are. Some of us, we have decided to be a leader or group of leader on Facebook just to educate Liberians. When we understand that many Liberians don't have the time to research to put this, put information like this together, we do understand that. Nevertheless, Liberians, they still have the chance to decide whether they will listen or they will not listen. But one thing we do know, at the end of the day, whatever decision you make, you will have to live with the consequences of your bad decision. So join me in the next, I would say 17, not 17, but in the next 25 minutes, I will be coming live for us to go through the comparison discussion of Joseph Boyka and George Weir. Thank you guys so much for the opportunity. YouTube, thank you to my fan on YouTube. You guys are doing extremely well. The number is staggering, but we also want to challenge those who are on Facebook as well to do your part. We are not being sponsored by anyone here. Only those who feel for us tend to get off money. But one thing I know about Liberians, they love criminals. They love people who harm them, who will tarnish their reputation. But we will not do that because we believe in honesty, because honesty is our policy, and we only look up to people with honest heart to do what is right. But I think if I were to be asked by anybody about the perception of many Liberians, I would say just what I'm about to say to you guys, that Liberians, they love people who are criminal. They love people who likes to do bad things. That's how many Liberians are. Few Liberians are, not many Liberians. And you can see that on the platform. You saw that on the guy's show, how Liberians were coming in there. But the root cause of that is illiteracy. Many of them are not literate. They are not informed. Are they willing? Well, the time shall tell. Until then, guys, let me let you guys go. Get ready. If you go into church, you can be here at 9:30. Well, that's up to you. When you come back, the show will be waiting for you. So let me get prepped. And between 9:30 and 9:45 this morning, Eastern Standard Time, I will be right back. Have yourself a short time, and I will be circling back with you guys